this is the most comfortable I've been in years.
Yeah.
Years, man.
Like in any scenario?
In any podcast scenario.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, this is the most pleasant that you've ever felt. I would be like, man, it's a little chilly in here. Like,
I'm rather pleasant right now.
Yeah.
I'm rather pleasant. And in terms of podcast recordings, I am extremely pleasant.
Yeah, no, these chairs are. I'm kind of sliding into this chair. I've got a katana next to me, which is definitely a little interesting. We're in Austin. We're in Austin, Texas.
Finally, I get my way. And look how comfortable we are. Look how awesome this is. This podcast is going to be so great. It's going to be so good because we're not cramped in that fucking space of that diner set, that all-black room. God, just terrible.
This is episode 98, and we're leading right up to the 100th episode of Chuckle Sandwich here in Austin, Texas.
Yes, we are.
Welcome to Chuckle Sandwich.
Also, big shout out to Steak and Eggs,
Yeah.
which is another podcast that this is their set.
Yeah, whose seat are you sitting in right now? Who usually sits there?
I think Tectone.
I believe I'm in Emery's.
No, you're in Asmongold's seat, and Emery sits there.
Oh, I'm in Asmongold's seat?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's probably...
That's why you're sticking to it.
This is where he wipes the blood?
Yeah.
This is the blood?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that why it's this color? It's
yeah,
like it's
yep.
the literal blood red?
Dried blood.
Oh.
That's the blood sword.
It explains kind of the just layer of... I shouldn't touch it. Layer of dust that's on
touch it.
This katana. Wow.
Don't touch it.
I really hope we don't not hurting his feelings by...
I think Asmongold gets a lot worse things said about him every day.
You think so?
Yeah, I do too.
What's the worst thing that someone's ever said about you? Like something that actually was said about you online that you were like, oh.
Someone once told me that I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just so comfy. I'm so cozy.
I think
I
think the most offensive thing that someone said to me one time was like this like long-winded like thing about just like how I try too hard to be funny. Anything that's like in regards to like just like a really pointed like dissection of one's comedy, I feel like can just hurt, you know?
Yeah, because I mean with YouTube you tend to do the same jokes that work over and over again.
Yeah.
Upload the same things that work over and over again. Kind of do the same kind of episodes over and over again. You know, Reddit episodes.
Uh-huh.
I'm just so darned comfortable right now, though. I couldn't be mad at all.
Yeah.
I couldn't be mad about anything. Tucker, what the fuck are you doing?
Are you kidding me right now?
Sorry.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The first thing.
Whoa!
What are you doing?
I was going to shoot at Schlatt.
He was doing that fucking middle school bullshit where you twist up a water
audio
bottle.
listeners love you to death. Tucker was rolling up a fucking water bottle to try to create enough pressure that he could shoot it like a gun at Schlatt.
It didn't.
Well, Tucker's here too, by the way. We're all out here in Austin now. This is our first ever Chuckle experience that happens in Austin. We've been doing them in LA the last 3 times, I think.
So finally, I'm not the one that is constantly sleep deprived.
Right.
I'm feeling well rested. I'm
honestly
feeling great right now.
Yeah, I will say we did film some stuff that is going to remain a secret until it comes out yesterday, where we had just gotten off a plane. I think I was running off of like 3 hours of sleep. Tucker and his wife Emma were running off of like 4.
Yeah, same deal.
4, something similar, and we were just rolling around. And oh man, I slept like a baby too. So I'm feeling pretty rested today as well.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean we're fucking here in Austin.
We're here, man.
We're here.
I finally got Ted out.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually confided in me last night after I got a couple Coronas in him that he was thinking of moving out here.
It's almost insane how untrue that is.
What?
Like it is almost like Tucker and I have been confiding in each other when we've been driving around Austin, where we were talking about how, man, why the fuck does Schlatt like living here? Why does he like living here? Why do you like living here?
I don't.
And that is, see, that's actually another thing that Schlatt and I talked about recently where you said you were done defending Austin. I remember.
Yeah, I'm done defending this place.
Yeah,
Here's the thing, man. You hear all these stories about New Yorkers and Californians moving to Texas and then not being able to survive because of the heat.
Yeah,
that's just true.
Because
that's
it's so
just
humid.
true.
It's so
just
humid.
true.
It's
awful
hotter here than in California.
It's
like,
awful here,
it
and
gets
we're
hotter here and colder here than in California, which is
you
ridiculous.
know what? And you know what? The liberals just aren't built for it.
Yeah, one of the things I was talking about recently was that like this driving around here, it is like every. And Tucker had some pretty funny bits with this too. It was like every little area in Austin is like a little suburb, like a little area. It's like we passed one that was like Cat Hollow, like a Brushy Creek mud community.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck does that even? What is that even supposed to mean? Or
it's because everything is
Peachy
it's all a
Lanes,
development. It's all just developments.
Yeah,
and that's what they call developments.
Or like sweet corner. It sounds like a Mario Land. It sounds like a Mario Land like fucking area.
Dolphin Shoals.
Yeah, Dolphin Shoals. That's one that would have underwater music right there.
Cheap beach.
He's naming courses.
Koopa Cape.
Oh.
Koopa Cape's right down the road,
He's
man.
literally naming courses.
Yeah.
What was the one that you said the other day, Tucker?
Like Butterball Falls.
Butterball Falls. Yeah, no, I mean they're all named that, and it's like all of these like cookie cutter or like these ranch buildings, and half the grass here is dead.
Yeah, because it's been 105 degrees for 3 months straight. Today is the first day in my entire memory of 2023 where I've stepped outside and been like,
it's pleasant.
Oh my God, it's nice.
Yeah, no, it's nice out today. I was like,
first day, and it's October.
I remember when I was visiting you for your first stream back.
Yeah,
you know, the first stream,
it was
and
December
then you've
of 2
done
years
7
ago.
streams since then.
Yeah.
Where, it was December, I think.
December 21st.
I thought it was right before. Was it right
It was
before
December
Christmas?
21st.
Oh, yeah. No, I really was out there before Christmas, huh? Oh, that was where the fucking wheelchair guy situation happened, where I got through the airport.
Yes.
And,
you bribed him.
yeah. Well, I didn't even bribe him. He was like, give me a nice tip and I'll take you through. And like, I did not sit in the wheelchair. Let's get that clear right away. I did not sit in the wheelchair.
He sat in the wheelchair.
No, I
He
didn't.
sat in the
I
wheelchair.
didn't sit in the wheelchair.
He pretended to be disabled.
Maybe
and
I
they wheeled him
rested.
right up to the
Maybe
front,
I
and he paid
rested in the
$100
wheelchair.
for that pleasure.
I don't know what happened. It was all a blur, okay? Because we were moving in the wheelchair so fast. So back then it was like 80 or something in December. It was like it was muggy. It was humid. It was
it's fucking miserable here. The weather depresses you. And then once it's actually pleasant, once you get the week of the year when it's pleasant.
Is it pleasant? Is Pleasant Week right now?
This is Pleasant Week, and then next week we're actually having a deadly ice storm that knocks the entire power grid out.
Is that coming?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
you've got
the
another
week
ice
after.
storm coming.
The week after.
I feel like you have like 3 a year, and they're just like each season has their own ice storm. Like, how does that even make sense in terms of the weather of Austin?
We schedule 3 out.
We schedule 3 out in advance. It's like it's like it's like that thing they do with it's like rolling, instead of rolling blackouts, it's rolling ice storms.
Yeah, but then they're usually accompanied by rolling blackouts.
Right. Jeez.
Because we're on our own grid.
Yeah.
Dude, the development stuff is really depressing to me. I mean, looking for a house here is really rough because everything is so new. Mm-hmm. And that's why you end up with fucking Dolphin Shoals, Butterball Falls, you know?
They're trying to I think I would kill myself if I had to live in an HOA. Like an HOA controlled area.
I think you are so deep into online discourse that you're extremely biased.
Here's the thing. I go on Reddit and I read a lot of like just fucking
you hear
people
the horror
get mad
stories.
about stuff like oh, my HOA came over and I had like the wrong shade of white on my white picket fence and they wanted me to change it, and like that I'll read that and I'm like I'm gonna find this HOA office, I'm gonna burn it to the ground.
Emma's where the wedding was.
Mm-hmm.
That's an HOA, and
we have an HOA there.
Yeah, that whole community is
That's
HOA.
kind of like a rural-ish.
It's like a community. Like
Yeah, for context, we went where
It's
Tucker
in
got married.
Pennsylvania.
There's their family has like a lake house in the Northeast.
But they've had some issues with the HOA.
Really?
Yeah.
What type of issues?
Oh, like, oh, your grass is too high. Oh, you need to trim.
Grass too high.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like,
Oh
and it's
my
always
God.
like a big email list that goes out, and they
Oh.
might not call you out. And they thought there's a share, like we share it between a couple of families, and they are accusing us of being an Airbnb location, which is against the HOA rules.
That's
and
ridiculous.
They didn't believe us.
They don't believe you that it's
No.
not.
Yeah.
Think of it this way. If you're a homeowner and you've got a 30-year mortgage on a place and you're there to stay and that's your forever home, of course you want the area around it to be nice and well kept. I mean,
I guess.
do you want someone next door who leaves his fucking rusted car outside and the weeds are fucking going onto your lawn and shit? No, most people don't.
I don't know. I guess my thought when it came to like buying a house potentially someday would be like, I really don't. I guess that's probably why I probably have a problem with property taxes too. Like, I just like the idea of being able to buy a house and then it's like you have a house and you don't
Yeah.
need to like, isn't the whole purpose of buying something that it's like, okay, now you have it, but then it's like, oh, you got property, you got the fucking HOA fees, and it's like, what happens if you like, I don't know. I think I just think of like the
You'd
worst.
be a really good libertarian, man, because this same argument can be used against taxes, against fucking anything.
Well, I get taxes because you need stuff like roads, and you need to like
Yeah,
and
because
you-
it's a
like
social
public
contract.
public services and stuff.
It's a
But
social
but
contract.
What's the public contract in or the social contract in you owning personally a home?
You live next to people, and you all want to live in peace and harmony.
That's why I'd have sentry guns outside my house. That's why I'd have That's why I get 5 kill streak and I'd have a sentry gun at my house.
The thing with looking for houses in Austin is that everything is so new that
Yeah.
you'll go into a community and it will be so like mind-numbingly depressing because everything was built in the past 2 years.
Dude, you look at this shit from space and it looks like a fucking shitty modern art.
Dude, there's
like-
no trees, there's no shade. That's the thing.
And there's no happiness.
The most depressing thing about these newer communities is that all the trees are new and they're small and they have no shade and the sun just fucking beats down on
There's
you.
like a horror movie about a housing development or like kind of a thriller sci-fi thing. I don't quite recall the name, but if you could get on this while I'm describing it, it's basically like it's like a suburbs thing. Vibranium.
Vivarium.
So it's with that guy who was in the Social Network.
Oh yeah.
Uh, what's
Jesse
his-
That's one.
Eisenberg?
That's where
Jesse
they move in
Eisenberg.
and they can't leave, right?
Yeah, it's like they find this like really cheap sort of housing location with this guy who lives in a thing, and then it's like, I mean, I'm just gonna spoil it because the movie came out in like 2004. That's not true, but 2019. It's like it turns out it's like some fucking freaky alien thing, and it's like how they like. Because like a kid shows up, and then they have to like care for the child or something,
Oh.
but the child like starts screaming at or like watching fucking static on the TV. It's like it's weird, but basically the whole area looks like an Austin housing development where
Yeah.
it's just there's no or more honestly probably a little bit more like a housing development in like New Mexico or something like that where it's like there's just no trees at all, and
Yeah.
it's just like the sun is just beating down on all the pavement. Can you imagine how hot the pavement must be in some of these housing developments in Austin? If you're a kid, it's already hard enough in the summer in Massachusetts to walk on some pavement that's exposed to the sun. That must be fucking like, and also like dogs must be getting fucking hurt by that too. Like their little paws
Their
walking
little
on
paws. Their little paws.
it. Yeah,
Maybe.
dogs can get burnt. Get their little paws burnt by hot pavement, and that's wrong. And I think that's the main problem with Austin is that them dogs getting their paws.
Little paws.
Yeah.
I can't defend the weather here. I really
Oh
can't.
no!
Oh wow, Tucker, that was terrible that you just showed. What was
He's
that?
showing little burnt paws.
Awful. Awful, man.
That's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah, I can't defend the weather here. I don't know.
There's a lot you can't defend. Here.
I don't know.
There's some things you can defend though. Like I can defend Torchy's tacos.
Torchy's is
That's
great.
what we should get. You haven't had Torchy's tacos before, Tucker, have you? we'll order that tonight maybe or something, or we'll go pick it up somewhere. It's good. Well, actually, no, we'll get it for breakfast
Tomorrow.
we'll get it for breakfast tomorrow when we hit the road. Oh yeah, because you get these little little taco things, and you get some queso. You dip it in queso. It's really good. It'll probably give you heartburn, but it's really good.
What's in it?
Deliciousness.
Taco.
Tacos. They're just like these little they're that maybe that diameter, and then they're like about this long. So you get like 4 or 5 of them.
I just don't always trust breakfast versions of food.
When I was in Austin that one time in December we were talking about, I got Torchy's tacos. Schlatt hadn't had it in forever.
First time.
Oh,
I
first
think
time?
it was my first time.
Really? Yeah.
Ted has put me on to most of my favorite food. I think.
Honestly, yeah. Have you always particularly been like a picky? You've been a kind of a picky eater growing up.
Yeah. I'm just closed-minded.
yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Tucker's pulling up Torchy's tacos right now. Yeah, look at that. They got half their fucking dishes photoed in a cast iron pan. Like you're running, and the website looks a little shitty too. So there's like it's kind of got that same charm as like a New York City Chinese food place. You know what I mean? But yeah, no. Oh yeah, you like that green chili pork?
Yeah.
You find some interest in that? Yeah, I mean they got the whole rundown. Republican.
Ooh, wow.
They got the Republican Schlatt.
And the
That's great.
Democrat right next to it.
Jalapeno cheddar sausage, pico de gallo, cheddar jack.
The Democrat's
Democrat.
way better.
Oh, the barbacoa avocado. Once they got the cotija in there, it's I love cotija cheese. Have you had that before?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's a crumbly cheese. It's a crumbly Mexican cheese. That's it's like a white cheese. It's kind of like has a similar texture to like, I mean.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's like you can't cut this kind of cheese. It's made to crumble.
It's like crumbly like Mexican cheese or something. It's always on Mexican food.
Oh yeah. No, you put
it's
that
like authentic.
You put that with some what's that? It's a sausage. It's a type of sausage. It's chorizo. Chorizo is really good.
I'm freezing my fucking dick and balls.
Yeah, no, it's
off
really
right
cold
now.
in here.
Why is it so cold? What do they have it set to?
I think we've talked about this before. I introduced you to sushi.
Yeah,
and
you
then,
did.
And
you did.
like because during our first Chuckle Week, I think I've talked about this before, but I took Charlie and Schlatt to Sugarfish in L.A. In Hollywood.
Got the omakase.
Yeah, we got the omakase. We got the try me. We got the try me. So Schlatt got to try. He got to try sashimi. You got to try like some cut rolls, some hand rolls. And I think we had some sake too.
Probably.
Yeah, and then now Schlatt's a big fan of the.
It was very good.
Yeah,
it was very good.
I think that's because it was one of those things because you were suspicious about it, but I was like, oh, I'm going to take you to Sugarfish because it's like pretty good pricing, but then they also like the rice is warm. It's like, have you been to?
I think we went.
Yeah, I think I took.
It's a small place, right?
Yeah, well, they've got a bunch around LA too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm glad that I've introduced you to a lot of different foods.
I liked before I met Ted. I liked hamburger and pizza. That was it. That was my two
You
favorite
like hamburger
foods.
pizza?
Hamburger and pizza.
That's funny.
It's
That's really
pizza
funny.
is still up there.
Have you had? You've definitely had ramen though.
I don't like ramen.
You don't like ramen?
No, I don't like hot
Even
liquids.
after going to Japan?
I struggle with hot liquids.
An insane thing to say.
No.
I know. It's
What's
just like
insane?
I guess it's not insane. It's just more like an insane thought. Like, just
I struggle with hot liquids.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't like hot liquids. Any liquid that's hot
Really?
in a dish, no, I'll pass.
Oh, in a dish. Like, so you'll have hot chocolate.
Yeah.
You'll have coffee.
No.
You're not coffee. I'm not a coffee guy. Either,
Hot
so-
chocolate might be the one liquid I enjoy.
Wow.
The one hot
Tomato
liquid.
soup.
Tomato soup.
No.
Really?
No,
Not
I
even.
don't-
Not
I
even.
don't-
What? Okay. Trader Joe's roasted red pepper soup.
You think I shop at Trader Joe's?
I
What
wish
do I
you
let
would.
my wife cuckold me?
What?
The fuck?
What are you talking about?
What is this bullshit?
I
Trader
didn't know
Joe's?
that. Well, I just didn't know that there was a clear Trader Joe's to cuckold
The pipeline.
There's a pipeline.
Yeah,
Can
and
you
it
look that
exists
up,
in
Tucker,
Los
right now and
Angeles
see if
County.
there's Trader Joe's for cucks. Why is Trader Joe's considered to be bougie when this is a Reddit post? Why is Trader Joe's considered to be bougie when
That's
it's
unrelated.
totally
Do men shop at Trader Joe's?
No.
40% of Trader Joe's are women and almost 60% of Trader Joe's are men. Wait, what? Wait, reread that. Actually, that's a. Yeah, I mean, there doesn't seem like there's anything online. Although if you scroll down a little bit, Tucker, there actually is a. If you scroll down a little bit, Tucker, just there's a which Trader Joe's snacks are the gayest? Part 1. This is a YouTube video. Okay. All right. Interesting. That was interesting. So, explain more about this cuck pipeline.
What were we saying?
You're talking about how there's this clear pipeline for Trader Joe's people.
No, that was just an offhanded, backhanded comment.
Well, I need to know. There has to be some truth to it if your mind went so quick to it. So tell me about
if you're shopping at Trader Joe's, there's probably something going on.
Yeah.
You probably have a modern arrangement in your relationship.
Okay, yeah, like either an open marriage or like yeah. Okay. Is there a particular item that have you been into a Trader Joe's before? Oh, you haven't been into a Trader Joe's? I remember when I was a kid, my mom would go to Trader Joe's, and I think I had a vendetta against Trader Joe's when I was a kid. I don't know what it was, but like I think it was because I liked cookies. I liked Oreos. And, I wanted Oreos. And I think I was kids are so fucking susceptible to branding. That's why Cocoa Melon is so good. But Trader Joe's has their own Oreos, and they're called...
they do their own everything.
Yeah.
JoJo's?
Yeah, they're called JoJo's. And they've got a little toucan on them. Yep. And I just think that, like, seeing those... When I was a kid, it like made me mad because they're like described as like chocolate / vanilla cream cookies.
Dude.
It's like, what are you like when
I'm
a kid?
You know the Oreos are better anyways.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure that if I had those now, I'd be like, there's virtually no difference between this and an Oreo.
Probably not. I think
especially when you dip it in milk, it's like a lot of the flavor profile goes out the window once you dip in that shit in milk, and it's better anyways. But yeah, no, that shit pissed me off. I mean, it was the same thing with like. I mean, like the Frosted Flakes they would get, it'd be like, frosted corn flakes.
Yeah, fucking malto meal shit.
Yeah,
like,
well,
none
not
of that.
necessarily malto meal, but
malto meal.
I think you just like saying malt. Oh, they just straight up call them Frosted Flakes. I guess they don't have a.
Yeah, because it's too general. You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
Frosted Flakes is the one that they can't trademark because it's just a description of what they are.
Yeah.
Fruit Loops.
What an insane thing to do, a cereal review for Frosted Flakes from Trader Joe's. It's like one of the most basic cereals that you can get from Trader Joe's. But, yeah, I mean, but now, as I'm older, especially after I spent that 3 months of that summer I was doing an internship in New York, Trader Joe's is very inexpensive in comparison to many other grocery stores. I think it's like maybe 20+% less expensive than your
less expensive than other
less
stores?
expensive than your average grocery store. Well, because they
I guess it's all private label stuff. Like it's all theirs.
Yeah,
I guess.
You're looking at most expensive grocery stores.
I would not.
No, Tucker, search up search up how much cheaper is Trader Joe's than other grocery stores, because I looked this up the other day and I think what were you saying though?
I wouldn't think Trader Joe's would be cheaper than other stuff.
You'd be surprised. What do we got here?
It's looking generally cheaper.
Yeah.
Than Stop and Shop.
This is compared to Stop and Shop too. So this is actually very, very related to my childhood because we had a Stop and Shop down the road. This is like a Massachusetts brand of grocery store right here. I don't know. I'm surprised that that's the first thing that came up for you.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, and I'm now in a spot where I'm like, there are things at Trader Joe's that I like. Like there's this. I don't know if you're not really a big spice guy, are you?
What do you mean?
Are you a big spice guy at all?
What does that mean? Are you a spice guy?
It's sort of the preliminary question I'm asking before I continue.
Scary spice?
What? Scary spice?
Posh spice?
I've never been. I didn't know that these are even.
No, I'm listing the Spice Girls.
Oh, okay.
Mel.
I don't know the names of the Spice Girls, unfortunately.
Damn.
I'm surprised that you know the names of the Spice Girls.
Of course I know the names of the Spice Girls. What are you saying?
There's this sweet and spicy jalapenos you can buy from Trader Joe's. They're like, you can just get a little fork, you just eat them out of the jar, and they're really good. If you're ever a Trader Joe's person, check them out, man. I mean, we're not sponsored, but I mean, they're good. They got a lot of little items that are great.
I'm still not going.
They've got this really great cheese spread. It's like their I don't know what it's called specifically, but it's like a cheddar cheese spread. Mouth's watering even thinking about it right now. It's good.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, if me liking Trader Joe's makes me a cuck, so be it. But what's your favorite grocery store, asshole?
H-E-B.
Okay. H-E-B.
Tucker, look up, what does H-E-B stand for?
Hot, evil, broads.
Nope, it's worse.
Howard E. Butt?
Yep.
Howard E. But.
Not even butte, but. They're on this campaign to shift public perception away from Howard E. Butt to here everything's better. So they'll have that on their posters and stuff, but everybody knows it's Howard E. Butt.
Really?
The Butt family has been running HEB.
Oh,
for
man, look at this guy.
years.
Wait. Can you go back? Upper right photo, Tucker, right there. That is the face of a man whose name is Howard E. Butt, or
Butt.
more so clearly and more so clarified, Howard Eats Butt.
No, Howard Edward.
That's an ass-eating face right
Edward.
there. Are you kidding me?
He's
What?
an Edward.
Edward? Oh, that's Howard Edward Butt
Edward
Sr.
Butt Sr.
No, his name is Howard Edward Butt Sr. His middle name's Edward.
Yeah.
Yeah, Howard Eats Butt. Like, he just looks like he
What
eats
are you
ass.
Stephen
He's got
Butt.
an ass-eating face, man.
Look up
That's what I'm-
Stephen Butt. Stephen Butt's running the ship now.
Stephen Butt and family.
He's worth $2 billion.
Oh, 2 butts. 2 billion butts. That's crazy. Based in San Antonio, HEB has with, is that what it says? Has with, whatever. It's got 423 stores in Texas and Mexico, and does $39 billion in annual revenue.
HEB
Butt's
is so good.
it's gone now. Butt's great grandmother Florence Butt started the company in 1905. Jeez,
They're so patriotic to Texas
really?
that they'd rather open stores in Mexico than any other state.
That's interesting. It seems almost a little ironic that they would rather cross the border into Texas to open up stores than to go into other states. That's
They don't
strange.
like other states. They
Not
don't
even
do that.
Oklahoma or
No. Oh, no.
It's like covering the
No.
whatever. Well, we went into an HEB.
We did yesterday.
Yeah, we went into HEB yesterday. Surprisingly wide carts. I was delighted with that. And
Here
they
everything's bigger.
and they had warm bread that
The warm bread, the bakery.
that we were eating yesterday
Very good.
with some Kerrygold garlic butter, of which we discovered the most horrifying thing when we were serving that butter. You saw this happen.
What?
The way that fucking Tucker was serving himself that butter.
I didn't see this.
Chill down my spine. You didn't see this?
No.
Okay, so you know
I can tell you what's currently sending a chill down my spine is
The
the
air in
fucking
this
air
room.
conditioning
Yeah.
in here.
you know how there's like you got a normal thing of butter. Are you the
Ugh.
kind of person that puts butter out and like you let it get soft?
No, I chisel it with a fucking ice pick most of the time because
You
I
should-
don't.
You should get a little butter tin thing and you should put it out. Just try it.
I don't like use foresight to do anything.
I
just
know,
do
but
it.
like you don't need to use foresight. You just do it once and then it's sitting out until you run out of butter.
You let butter sit out.
It's butter, dude. Like you just put it in a thing so it
No,
doesn't get
I don't like
dust on
that.
it.
I don't like that. That
I've got a
doesn't
little
feel
like
right.
butter thing with a little spreader knife thing. Trust me, dude. Okay.
No man.
Okay. So have I, in terms of the stuff that I've introduced to you thus far, the sushi, the fucking Torchy's tacos, like have I been wrong in those instances when it comes
No.
to
No,
food
you haven't.
recommendations? I think that you should just get a little dish and you put some butter in that and have that sit on your counter because then it just gets soft. So whenever you want to spread butter on bread or something, it's literally so easy. You go,
I'm not doing that.
and you-
No, I'm
Why?
not leaving
For
butter
why?
out. That's weird.
For what reason?
That's weird. I'm not leaving butter out. In a
What do you
dish.
think's going to happen?
So if I go over to your apartment right now, Ted, you have a fucking just a plate of butter sitting there. Oh, that's my butter for when I need my butter.
For Christmas, my
What the
sister
fuck?
actually
Keep it in the fridge.
I introduced it to my family. My family started doing my sister for Christmas one year. She bought me this little thing that you it's got like a little lid that you pull up and then the butter's in there, and so like you can protect it. Like it's not like you just have it out so like flies can start landing on the butter and stuff. Like you don't want that, but like yeah, I'm a butter guy. I like spreading the butter. Now Tucker, when we've got the bread out. You are getting cold.
I go over to Ted's apartment and I'm like, gee, I sure wish someone could access butter in two and a half seconds
in a quick and
manner.
easy spreadable way. It's less about the quickness of the access and more about the spreadability of it. You know?
Don't care.
Okay.
I'm not doing it.
Tucker, when he went over to the butter, rather than slicing it like this, like vertically on the horizontal thing like that, like a normal human, he starts going at the top and scraping it at the top.
Off the top, Tucker?
Yeah, off the top.
Off the
and it was
top.
like soft and butter too, so it was like shaving it down and stuff. And it was like squishing it.
What the
I was
fuck?
horrified. I had to this morning. He's tried doing it again this morning.
He tried doing it again.
He
Okay,
tried
I
doing
cooked
it again.
at a full breakfast, so I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Ooh, did he
You got a
cook
problem
like
with the
breakfast?
kitchen, you can get in it.
You did make breakfast. Although you did agree to stop doing it though. You did agree. You
'Cause
made
we
that.
called
that
my
was on your
mom.
word. Yeah, because I did actually. This morning took out the phone and I called Tucker's mom.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
I called her on the phone. She picks up the phone. She's like, "Hi, Tucker," and I'm like, "It's me." And she's like, "Hi, Ted," and I'm like, "Listen, there's something going on. There's something wrong." And she's like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" And I'm like, it's nothing like dangerous, but like Tucker is behaving in a way that is shocking to me, and I need you to involve yourself in this because. And I'm like, I described the whole situation, and she says, normally you would do that with a frozen butter scenario, but with a melted, like not necessarily melted, but sort of soft butter scenario. You never do that. It's disgusting.
Yeah, you don't have
and
to do
she was
that.
ashamed of him, and she told him not to do that anymore. And now he's promised, actually, Tucker, and on his honor as a Marine, he's promised that to me and his wife Emma that he's not going to do that anymore. And if I hear down the grapevine from, like, Emma will text me, and I will
Not
dock your
respond.
pay if you start doing that again, because it was honestly freaking me out, Tucker. I've known you for years. That is something that I don't think I got the ick. I got the friend ick from that. I have not ever been bothered by something as much as I have been bothered by you doing that. And it's so inconsequential.
But the muffins were
Well,
good.
honestly, it affected me though too, because I have to deal with that butter as well. I think it was selfish of you.
Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking 20-minute yap session.
No, it
Christ.
hasn't. It's been
You
maybe
just
5
kept
minutes.
going.
I'm just pissed about it. What are you You're on a podcast. What are you complaining about? You want to go into this? you were just lights fucking out for a second there, man. You just look. You're all bundled up like a little caterpillar, and you just looked at me, and it was just like,
Dude, I'm so comfy right now. This is
You
great.
looked like a cat before.
I'm
you
never
looked
going
like an old cat
Ted,
before
I'm
it got put
never
down.
going back to the old Chuckle Sandwich set. It's not happening.
Well, we can. I mean, we rent everything and we build
So
it up. So
comfy.
we, in a realistic way, you will never be going back to the last set that we. Think about it this way. I don't think that we'll ever deal with the first set that we had for Chuckle Sandwich. Are you with me? Hey, come on, dude. We're on a podcast right now.
Sorry.
Let's go.
Sorry.
You can't fall asleep on the set. We're only 35 minutes in. Yeah. Pull it together. The first set that we had for Chuckle, it was like we had these sort of like microphones on a stand, but it was like they were in between our legs, and they were like sprouting up in between our legs. It was miserable.
It was crotch mic.
We also had that table that was like made of like plywood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad. But I mean, things are going well now. You have anything upcoming right now that you're excited to talk about for episode 98?
Well, we've got a very special guest
Coming
coming
up for
in
next week, yeah.
in about an hour. He'll be arriving.
Mm-hmm. It'll be next week for you guys, though.
Yeah, this is next week. So we won't spoil it just yet.
It's a big deal, though. This is like probably one of the biggest, coolest guests that we will have.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for someone in this room because they were very excited about this guest. And also, I don't think that we've ever clarified what this period of time that we're in right now is.
This is the Fuckle weekend.
This is the Fuckle weekend. Yeah. We've been calling this colloquially. We've been calling this Chuckle weekend.
Ted couldn't bear to spend an entire week out in Austin, so he's only like, I can only spend 2 days.
You want to know what the real reason is?
I can only spend here 2
It's that
days.
nobody fucking lives out here. Everyone's moving to L.A.
What do you mean everyone's moving to L.A.? Who has moved to L.A. in the past years?
All the content creators are moving to L.A. in droves.
No
are
one.
running.
Ted,
They are
name
running.
5 people that have moved to L.A. in the past year.
Moved to L.A. in the past year? Okay, 5 people that moved to L.A. in the past year, starting now. Nikki Jakey. That's one.
Okay.
That's all you need.
That's all you need, honestly. That's a good one. Let's see. More people. Nandre.
Who's that?
someone who moved to LA. Nandre, Sandwich, Barry. These are all streamers.
You're just saying words.
No,
Barry.
This is just words.
These are real people. These
words.
are real people. They've moved here. They moved to LA. So that's 4.
No, that's 1 in my book.
What the fuck? These
I
are
need to
real-
know who they are.
Oh, fuck you.
What about Connor Eats Pants?
Connor, I thought he had been here for longer, or in LA for
He
longer.
moved last year.
Okay, so 5.
No, 2.
Okay,
2.
so Connor and Jakey.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't you were. I was talking about people moving to LA in droves, and now you're clarifying you need to know them personally. Non and Sam count, and Barry, they count. They're streamers.
Barry?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean, Barry?
Okay. At the very least,
People are moving to LA in droves, dude.
Okay.
Barry.
At the very
Barry's.
Okay, listen. At the very sorry, Barry, man. At the very least, you should know Nandre. If you ever watched my the Point Girl party thing that I did.
Didn't watch that.
You didn't watch that?
No.
Well, he was Bowser in that. He was Bowser, and he came up and he said, "You would have loved the bit he was doing there. I think you would really get along with Nan." Yeah, I think you would. I genuinely think you would really like Nan.
Okay. Who else moved to Los Angeles? Steven?
Steven? Who's Steven? Who? What? Did you just throw out a name?
Chet?
Jet?
Did Chet move?
Chet?
Did Cody move?
What is up with these names?
That's
What
what,
the
I'm
fuck
saying,
is up with
Tucker.
these
That's what I'm
names, man?
saying.
I mean,
I'm sorry, Barry. I don't know who you are, but
he's a sweetheart. He kind of looks like the guy from The Lighthouse, the movie The Lighthouse. He's got a big beautiful
it's
red
just
beard.
terrible branding to call yourself Barry. You need a username, man.
My name is Ted Nivison. That's my first and last name.
Yeah, but like, imagine if you just tried to make Ted work. You
That
could
would-
now,
I-
but starting
I
right
could
now,
it would definitely, I would definitely be competing with like the largest fucking PowerPoint presentation collection in the world, though.
True.
So that would be a bit of a problem. But
Is this technically a TED Talk right now?
Yeah, people have been saying that for a while. I remember when people wanted me to start a new podcast before Chuckle Sandwich started, and they were like, Ted should do a solo podcast called TED Talks.
If you
And
did a weekly slap type thing.
that's what I've been
That would be a
I've been
TED
thinking,
Talk.
but I don't know. So many people that did weekly slap like copies. I didn't want to step on your toes or anything, but I've always thought it'd be fun to do something like that because it seems like it would be a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun.
Do I have your permission to try to do a TED Talks?
Yeah. You have my anyone has my blessing. It's the most fulfilling form of content you can make.
Well, there we go then. Then maybe I should do TED Talks. I would build myself a little scenario where I could be visually there, something that's separate from my that'd be fun. That would be fun to do that. I take questions. I could do speak pipes. I'll just do Chuckle Sandwich too. It'll be TED
Damn.
Talks.
All right.
No, it'd be kind of like what Curtis's podcast is,
No. Curtis?
And it would be like they'd be like 20 minutes long. I bet I would instead of like an hour.
Dude,
podcast.
I listen to Steven's
Curtis has
podcast.
his podcast. Oh my God, I'm forgetting the name of his podcast right now.
I'm more of a Jake podcast guy.
It's like 3 words. Yeah,
Very, really
good. Yeah, his podcast is very, really good. Where it's usually just him. Like if you look at that No Way one, the set on with the yellow background, I think that might be a good one. Yeah, so he's got like this little cozy little set that is like literally just like in an office building where it's just like one room.
And he just sits there by himself?
Yeah, well, sometimes he has guests on remotely. Like I came on his podcast.
Really?
Yeah, and he'll talk about what's in the news. He'll do stuff like that.
He just sits there by himself.
If you don't know
in that
Curtis,
room?
if you don't know Curtis, he's a friend of the show. We've had him on.
He just sits there by himself in the room?
There's plenty of podcasts that have people just by themselves. I think
Really?
Curtis is funny enough that he can like.
Yeah, I like
I would
Curtis.
be a
I
little
like
bit
Curtis.
concerned. I'd be a little bit concerned for my own self to be like, I'm impressed that he's able to do that and sit, like, and be able to just.
Yeah, it takes a talker.
Yeah,
It takes a
I'm
talker.
a bit of a talker though.
You are a bit of a talker.
I'm a bit of a talker.
Curtis also got a government job recently, so congrats, dude.
Oh yeah, the Department of something. What was it?
I don't know.
It was like the Department of like welfare or energy or something.
Dude,
like
I'm blowing hot air into my hands right now because of how freezing it is.
Well,
I
mean,
feel
we
like
can hear it.
I feel like it's Sunday morning and I'm at a travel baseball doubleheader.
Oh, okay, there he is. If you scroll down a little bit, yeah, this guy, the communication director for the Secretary of the Interior looks very similar to Curtis, where he's got the. I saw another quote retweet of that where someone was saying how like this is like very much so now considered to be like the visual of like the liberal man. Like the liberal soy boy man or something like that is what people were saying. But back in the 80s, this guy would be fucking every lady. He'd be going to rock star shows. He'd be fucking doing
lines.
coke.
Yep.
He'd be doing lines. He'd be inventing ketamine. Like, you know, that. So it's funny how the ideas have shifted
The
on
zeitgeist.
that. The zeitgeist. Is that what that word
Yeah,
means?
the cultural zeitgeist.
Yeah, the cultural zeitgeist around those glasses, that type of mustache.
Yeah.
But Curtis isn't a soy boy either. He's a meat man.
He's a meat man?
Yeah. I feel like that's surely the
what?
antithesis of soy boy, meat man.
Meat man.
Yeah. What do you
This
think of
is
that?
the meat man, dude.
Oh, speaking of meat, bring him in. Oh, we got Trevor right here. Sweet little Trevor. He's bringing us
Hey,
our
Trevor.
Chick-fil-A.
Thanks, man.
And bow. Thank you. Oh, okay. We're losing. It's not blowing the cold air anymore.
Nice.
Whoa. Deafeningly silent in here now. All of a sudden, I feel like I
Yeah,
can hear
everyone
my own-
heard that little slip of the tongue.
Yeah. No, I'm embarrassed now. Like it's like now we started the recording. We've just been chatting this whole time. I got like a half iced tea, half lemonade scenario. Okay, he's getting in there right now. Audio listeners, love you to death. Schlatt is investigating inside the Chick-fil-A bags. I got a red fries. If there's a red fries in there. Wow. Any red fries in there? Like oh yeah. My favorite, I think we may have talked about this on the pod. My favorite thing a lot of the time to get from Chick-fil-A is to get these waffle fries. And dip them in the cookies and cream shake. If you haven't tried that, I think that Chick-fil-A has one of the best like salt ratio on their fries than a lot of other fast food places. Did we talk about?
They're always soggy.
Whenever I get ordered in LA, they're always coming crisp.
Not here.
Yeah, this would spell some trouble for my ability to like do the dipping. Did we talk about the Dairy Queens in Texas when we were on that one episode?
Yeah.
So Tucker, Emma, and I, we visited that.
Mm-hmm. You went to the Mayfield DQ?
Yeah, we went to the Mayfield DQ that was spoken about, which is like just one family that since like the 1950s, I think.
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
been-
It's the they hijacked the Dairy Queen brand and used it to kind of spin off a better version of Dairy
Yeah.
Queens.
Called Mayfield Dairy Queens. It even shows up differently when you're on Google Maps and you're going to it. So it was very easy to find. And you know, I guess I haven't been to the other Dairy Queens in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
But I personally maybe was like had sort of a confirmation bias going on a little bit where I was like ready for this to be good. So I got a burger and I was like, man, this is like fresher. I was like, this is fresher than a normal burger. Tucker was sort of more negative about it, I think.
I think I like to think that the Mayfield family was just so upset with the state of Dairy Queens in
state.
Austin.
Like they must have just been really big Dairy Queen fans
Yeah.
back in the 50s.
I think they were. And then they're just like, fuck it, we'll do it better.
Well, they're not.
What?
They're not doing it better.
They're not doing it better?
No.
Did you go to any other
Are you a big Dairy
non-Mayfield
Queen person
DQ
in
here?
general? Like how often are you going
What?
to Dairy Queens, Tucker?
Probably once every 5-10 years. I'm going to Dairy
Oh,
Queen.
so-
5-10 years?
shut
What are you
the
talking
fuck
about? You're
up
not.
then.
Well, also you're
Okay.
25. Like when you remember my first memory was when I was at 5. My second memory was at 10. What are you talking about?
Well, I went
You could
to
have gone a maximum of 5 times and a minimum of like
Okay.
what, twice?
forget the regular Dairy Queen. The Mayfield one we went to was pretty trash. The fries were
Oh,
ass.
fuck off. No. No.
No.
Okay,
he doesn't know what
you're
he's
a
talking about.
well-renowned picky eater. Okay, terrible food preference.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You and I both ordered cheese curds, and we both finished them.
The cheese curds were the best thing there.
They were good. They were good cheese curds. And you brought up an interesting point about cheese curds. You got to eat them first.
Yeah,
Because
you can't let them
they'll
cool
They'll
off.
start to harden.
Then you get the squeaky
Same
cheese.
thing with mozzarella sticks, though. I mean, you really want that shit when it's cheesy and stringy and delicious. But yeah, the cheese curds were good there. I really like at Dairy Queen how you can get a mini Blizzard, like a mini, tiny little mini. It's like this big.
Right?
Yeah,
Mini Blizzard?
yeah, and it was perfect. It was perfect. Maybe it's a Mayfield.
It was like
only
the
thing.
size of that Gamer Supps.
Really?
Yeah,
container.
size
That's
of
so
that.
cute.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic because like I realized recently.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Probably didn't even pick up in the microphones. Trevor just started falling over himself, tripping, falling, screaming. I realized recently with just ice creams in general, I'm okay with just a taste. Just a taste. Just a dip in
Yep.
to the zone. I got myself a Butterfinger Blizzard.
Good choice.
That's what I was saying too. Tucker had his own little fucking qualms with that choice, and he was like, "Oh, I like cookies and cream." I'm like, "What? Do you go to any other store? Where are you getting Butterfinger
Yeah, you're not getting Butterfinger
McFlurry?
anywhere else.
It's like like a Blizzard's like a better McFlurry, basically.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you that you only need a small size because
Yeah.
what always happens with any place that offers ice cream with toppings on it
Yeah.
is that the toppings are always at the best and the most dense at the top.
Right.
So we got a McFlurry yesterday.
You did.
All the Oreos at the top. The bottom bottom 80% of a fucking McFlurry is just vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. And
It's-
and you know what?
it's
And hey,
terrible.
And hey, well, honestly, that might have just been a bad mixing job because the whole point of the McFlurry.
They never mix it. No, they
didn't.
they don't
McFlurry.
mix it.
They didn't McFlurry it.
They designed spoons specifically to mix them, and they never fucking use it. They never mix the McFlurry.
Yeah, those spoons are weird. Why are they so? There's so much plastic. I would.
It's the mixer. They hook it to the machine. It's like a
They
drill
don't,
bit.
though. They don't do it. Every McFlurry I've ever gotten, the Oreo's just fucking thrown on top.
Really? That's how they put it on the machine. Oh,
It's like a drill bit.
why?
But I'm saying they don't do this.
I'm confused on why they do that though. That is so interesting.
Maybe less of a mess. It's less to clean.
Yeah, I get. It's honestly probably good for speed if they just like put everything in there, then they put the spoon in, then they don't need to like pull shit out or anything
Yeah.
like that. But
They don't do it.
they don't. I mean, it's McDonald's is known
Yeah.
for having a broken
Yeah.
McFlurry machine most of the time. So,
Yeah.
but you walk into a Dairy Queen and it's like that's half their MO is
Yeah.
making is they're the queen of dairy. Like
exactly.
it's half of the menu that, by the way, wrapped around the side too, where it was like
It was
like,
tight in there.
It was like
tight.
we're talking 20% of that was food items, and then the rest of it was like every flavor known to man of ice cream that you could get. But I think that in general, like you said that the burger was kind of like a Whopper. I will say the fries were a little bit disappointing.
Okay.
But I'm not expecting Dairy Queen to have the best fries in the world. I mean, but maybe at Mayfield I would have.
Well,
If fries are on the menu, they should be good.
That's fair. That's a fair point. Yeah. Yeah, I think that it's more of about just adjusting your expectations for the place that you're at,
Yeah, which was they were high.
And we were at a Mayfield Dairy Queen, and that was high. But I enjoyed myself. I thought it was fine. I think that we should go to like a Terry Black's or something while we're out here, though.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
We should.
We for our video watchers, you're all right. We've taken over the set, so we've got the Chuckle Sandwich logo on the screen there. You know that we're in town. We're in town. So maybe if you ever watch what is it, Steak and Eggs podcast?
Steak and eggs.
Steak and Eggs?
Yeah.
I thought it was like noodle and ramen or something.
No. That was a different
Noodle
one.
shop?
Yep.
Noodle house?
The noodle shop became Steak and Eggs.
So this is Steak and Eggs now.
Yeah.
This is but now it's Chuckle Sandwich. I mean, everyone's in a way, you could consider that everyone's been kind of like doing their food-based stuff after us. You know what I mean?
We're trailblazers in
We're
a lot of regards. A lot of
Uh-huh.
regards. I
It's
guarantee you people are going to start doing the speak pipe, too. Because that's just gold.
I haven't seen it yet, but I think that
I
you know
think
who's
it'll
going to do
happen.
it? And I'm looking at you, Nick Vecchio. I bet the Yard's going to do it.
Yeah.
I bet the Yard's going to do it.
They love us.
They love us.
They do.
And we love them. I love Nick Vecchio. Have you met him? You met
Yeah.
him. You were on the pod. You were on the Yard.
Yeah.
Nick and I are sort of twin flames in a way.
You both directors.
Yeah, we're both
Yeah.
directors. Did you see the recent one that he did for the Marvel Snap?
No.
It was this, like, I'll show it to you, Tucker, too. I'll show it to you as well, Schlatt. I'll show it to both of you, actually, at the same
Okay.
time. It's like Ludwig in a car, and then he's, like, gets mad about something, and then it's, like, this whole thing about how he suddenly becomes, like, this hacker in, like, a 90s basement or something, and he's got, like, the fingerless gloves, and he's, like, typing on the computer, and he's, like, doing, like, all this, like, very sort of kitschy, like hacking stuff. And it's just shot really well. It's just it's very immersive. Like I just loved it, and I thought he did a great job with that. Yeah, I love Nick. I love
He's
him.
good. He's a good guy. He took me
He's
to his
just so
favorite.
effortlessly cool.
He took me to his favorite steakhouse in Los Angeles, though.
Really?
Not good. Did not compare to Boa.
Really?
Yeah, and I bought a bunch of different Wagyus.
What was the steakhouse?
Hmm?
What was the steakhouse?
Was it Perry's?
Was I
Perry's, I think.
there? I've never been to Perry's.
Wait,
before.
no. Perry's is in Austin. This is incorrect information.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't have said that. That's just wrong.
Oh,
Yeah, but I don't know. He took me to it, and I ordered I ordered the best of the best, and it was just not there. It was
really?
the Kagashima,
Well,
the Awate, and the
I
snow
will
beef.
say-
Can't compare to that.
I feel like you show up at a restaurant, if Wagyu's on there, immediately your brain goes to it like being as good as Boa, when it just never, like there was that one time we went to like, in Silver Lake, we went to like a vegetarian like restaurant, and they, like mostly vegetarian restaurant where it was like, you know what I'm talking about, it was, and they offered like Wagyu strips or something like
Yeah. Did I get it?
You got the Wagyu, and then you had had a couple bites, and you didn't want it anymore.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was terrible.
You were so mad. I thought it was funny that you even thought that was going to be good in the first place. Just
What am I going to get a vegan pizza instead? I'd rather
I
take
think
a stab at the Wagyu,
I mean,
see if it's
I think
good.
in general it probably wasn't the best restaurant. You know, the vegan pizza was also a little bit
That
of a
place
struggle.
sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Dude, it sucked so bad.
It was terrible.
I think a lot of people
bad.
didn't like what they got there, anyways. So, like, there was like a lot of leftovers. Yeah, we've got some big plans. We actually, for Chuckle, for those of you who are usually strictly audio listeners, love you to death, and have been putting off being a video watcher, or for those of you who are video watchers but you put us on in the background to do homework, we are going to be maybe releasing in the future some specials, some Chuckle specials.
2 of them.
Yeah, 2 Chuckle specials are upcoming in the next month or so that you guys should look out for. They will be our first sort of like actual specials on the Chuckle Sandwich channel. They're like videos that you can watch, and you can give us views, and you can watch the ads and give us money.
True. True.
And we're really excited about those. We already got one film that we thought went excellent,
And we're going on one tomorrow.
and we're going on one tomorrow.
Big old trip.
Yeah. Should
Big
we?
ol'-
You know, honestly, I feel like we should build, maybe for that. One of them's a secret, but the other one, I think maybe we should build hype for.
Okay.
What do you think?
Sure.
We're going to a gun range.
It's more than that, Ted.
Yeah, we're going to the gun range. Because
The Ox Ranch. TheDriveTanks.com.
Yeah, the Drive Tanks Ranch.
And we're going to drive some fucking tanks, baby.
We're gonna drive some tanks.
And shoot a
We will
flamethrower and a Barrett 50 cal and an M2 Browning.
That is true. There's a chance that if at this point when this episode comes out, I may have already updated the Chuckle Sandwich intro.
Maybe.
So there's probably evidence of like what we shot on
Yeah.
that day in the intro now, because we'll have made a point of you know, there's probably a clip of Tucker in there somewhere. Have you been seeing this? People are freaking out about it.
What?
We really want
You
Tucker
want Tucker in the intro?
They want Tucker in the intro. They want him upgraded from a cherub into something more dangerous.
Something more?
Something more.
Do you
What do you think
he
of that?
deserves
Tucker?
that?
A 50 gunner. That'd be pretty fitting.
Wait, that's the timeline there. That's you go from a cherub to a 50 cal gunner.
Well, I was originally like a 50 cal gunner, and then I got demoted to cherub, and I'd like to reattain
When
it.
were you a 50 cal gunner? I don't remember that.
29 palms.
Oh, okay. Well, what were you when you got? You were a sergeant when you got out.
Let's say corporal. I got sergeant like after I got out.
Oh,
I
because
never
you're in reserve
never
right now.
wore it. It was
Right.
just awarded after. But corporal, yeah.
Yeah. Technically, we could lose Tucker at any point if war broke out.
No, contract ends in 4 months on my
Okay,
birthday.
in the next 4 months, if war all hell if China invades Taiwan, then we might lose Tucker because after you get out of the Marines, after you get out of the Marines, you do 4 years of reserves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an 8-year
Yeah.
bid.
So we actually do have an active or not active duty, but we have a real a current Marine on the podcast. You're current.
It's called IRR.
Yeah, whatever that means. But
They'll know.
what's above a sergeant?
Staff sergeant.
Okay, so it's cherub in many ways in terms of like the world. It's more of a staff sergeant type position. if
Yeah,
anything.
honestly, yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's you're definitely making staff sergeant money in comparison.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm trying to get you guys on time at the right place.
Yeah.
I'm, I'm looking at the roster.
How much does a Marine get paid?
Not much at all. Like $20,000 a year.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Fuck.
It's like minimum wage.
It's like it
Wow.
feels like it's less than minimum wage.
But you get free
oh,
boarding,
it's
right?
it's federal.
No, it
minimum wage.
just comes out of your paycheck before you see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
And so does your food and stuff.
interesting.
Yeah, I think they get paid federal minimum wage, which is $7.50.
If you're there for the pay, you're there for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
The benefits after
People
though
usually
are
go
good.
there so they can save money in the long run so they can go to college. Like Tucker's going to college right now off of the GI Bill.
I'm getting paid to go. They pay me every month. I
Yeah.
get a check.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's for some people it is an incredibly reasonable thing to do.
Yeah, a lot of veterans don't even know about the home loan option.
Yeah, and he's got like a whole great thing with Navy Fed. Yeah, no,
You get 0% down up to $500,000 on a house.
Wow.
yeah, pretty good, right? This is such a boring adult shit we're talking about right now. But there's a lot of it, you know. And if any of you out there have seen that fucking Marine commercial, he's got the
cool.
fire sword, he's fighting
That's
the
cool,
lava
man.
monster, the magma creature.
That's so outdated now.
Dude.
They shouldn't be though. We gotta upscale that. We gotta remaster that shit.
What were we doing not buying houses 10 years ago, you and me?
We were probably, I don't know, fucking jerking off, learning how to jerk off probably.
Yeah.
No, we were 15. I'd figured out how to jerk off by then. I knew how to jerk off at 15. I knew how to jerk off at 15. I knew.
We should
I'd
have been
jerk
putting 10% down. FHA loan. Well, FHA loan's like 3% down.
God, I don't even know what that means.
Look up FHA loan money down.
Why are we? Okay.
Ted, this is a lesson for you.
3.5%. Yeah. FHA back loan. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. But then you have to live there. That's not a rental property loan you're getting.
What does that mean?
FHA, first home buyer something. If you're buying your first house, you can get a loan for it that has better terms, basically.
It's to incentivize people to buy
Yeah.
Oh.
that are maybe not normally eligible.
Oh.
Or can't put more money down on it.
Wow.
It looks like only in Texas, though.
What?
Well, it says when obtaining a back loan in Texas.
Well, you can
that's
get one
Texas
anywhere.
Tech Credit
That's a
Union is
government.
the
That's
result
a
there.
that's a government thing.
Oh, okay.
I think.
All right. I'm getting really, really freaking cold.
It
It's
is
been like an hour.
breaking here. Christ.
But listen, Chucklers,
It's
we don't-
only going to get better.
it's only going to get better from here. We're in person again pretty soon, honestly, after. This is probably the fastest turnaround from
Yeah,
Chuckle
that's
Week to
quick.
a Chuckle Week
That's
to a
quick.
Chuckle Week to Chuckle Weekend turnaround.
It's going to get better for the next 3 or 4 weeks of Chuckle Sandwich are going to be great. And then
is
we'll
gonna
be
be-
back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily, Schlatt.
You didn't like
We'll have
that?
a little bit of changes. These are such interesting responses to me. But thanks for listening to this episode, Chucklers. Hope you're doing well. We're here in Austin. It's going to seem like we're here for weeks, but we're not. We're excited for you to see what we're working on. We're really, really excited. We're really, we got someone coming in
Oh yeah,
very soon, and
Oh,
we're
yeah.
very excited about it.
and we
So,
love you.
Bye.